I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you will fail as a photographer. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you 5 ways to fix those issues. The first reason you will fail at being a photographer, I don't care what the genre is, if you're a wedding photographer, a portrait photographer, a concert photographer, any kind of photographer, is the first reason you will fail is you don't have the knowledge. It's lack of knowledge. I can't tell you how many people I actually see all the time go out on these forums for cameras and they say, what are the best photographic settings for X camera? Okay, if you don't know what you're doing with your camera and you're out trying to become, say, a wedding photographer, there's some problems. And you need to learn to study how to operate your camera first and foremost. The next thing is, do you know composition? Do you know negative space, positive space, rule of thirds, color theory? Do you know rule of odds? Do you know how to make your photograph that you're producing look appealing? If you don't, you're going to fail. So there's got to be a reason why you have good photographs, and you need to know composition. Do you know marketing? Do you write letters, make phone calls? Do you know how to present yourself professionally, or at least some way of being like you're competent? Do you have ways to get your name out? Do you know how to make your product stand out? That's marketing. If you don't know how to do that, there's a problem. Are you organized, and do you know how to operate? Okay, I see a lot of people out there wanting to be wedding photographers, but go ahead, schedule 4 weddings on the same weekend and see what happens. You have to have a calendar. You have to have be organized. Have to know where you're going to be, what you need to get, what you need to purchase. You have to have organization. If you're not organized, don't have organization, you're going to fail. Okay. Do you know how to network? You have to know other people in the business or genre you're in, or people that can get you to the places you need to be. For example, I'm going to use a wedding photographer in this case. If you don't know anything about wedding planners or other people in the business that you're connected with, you're not going to be able to be suggested by them for jobs and opportunities. So learning to network and to talk to other people that are in your business. In the business we're in, which is concert photography, if you don't know how to get a hold of managers and venues and various other people like that, artists, you're kind of left out because you can't get anybody to work for. Do you know how your business operates? How your business is supposed to work? How you're supposed to have your workflow? Those kind of things, as far as organizing your camera gear, setting it up to travel, making your plans. You may need airline tickets. You may need different kinds of reservations for various places. If you don't know that, and you're not thinking about that, you're going to fail. What happens when something goes wrong? Your gear gets stolen. It breaks. The job goes wrong. Customer complains or even sues you. Let's say you carry 1 camera as a wedding photographer, which is a very, very bad idea. Because if your camera goes down, you have a card go out or something like that, now you instantly have issues, because now you can't produce for the for the customer anymore. So always carry more than 1 camera. It will save you. You always want to have a backup and redundancy for everything you do. Sorry about that. I had to answer the phone. It was some guy wanting to sell me Medicare benefits. You know how that goes. Anyway, we were talking about what goes wrong when your gear's stolen or broken, or your job goes wrong, your pictures don't come out, a flash card, SD card doesn't work anymore while you're shooting. If you only have 1 camera and that's the case, guess what? You just failed. That's a bad problem. The next reason you fail is having a lack of game plan. Do you have a schedule? Do you know where you're going to be 3 days from now? How do you know that you haven't scheduled 3 or 4 events at the same time? Have you planned how much time it's going to take you to prep everything, process everything, get everything all together? Also, do you have a contact list? That contact list should have everybody that you need to get a hold of. If you're in the wedding business, you're going to need wedding planners, hotel venues, the Arboretum, botanical gardens, various farms, that kind of stuff. You're going to need to know all the people in the wedding industry that you need to contact and touch base with. In the concert business that we're in, you're going to need to know artists and venues and managers and various public officials that you'll need to get in contact with, and you'll have to have that information right at your fingertips. If you don't, well, guess what? You may fail. Do you have goals? Why do you do this? Okay, I don't care. I might have a goal, I might not have a goal, I just do it for the heck of it. That's fine and dandy too. But if you're trying to do this to get somewhere, guess what? If you don't have goals, you'll fail. Do you have a plan to replace and upgrade your hardware, your gear? Eventually, let's face it, eventually stuff will wear out. And if it does, and you don't have a plan to replace it, you're stuck. You will fail. How will you get education on what you need to know? Can't rely on YouTube. Well, maybe you can, but you can't. YouTube is not the only place to get education. There are other avenues of doing that. I know the Professional Photographers of America have education available. Community colleges, universities, various camera clubs throughout most areas have education. Do not rely on YouTube only for your education. Do you have an accountant or business plan? You know, some of this is tax deductible. Large part of it. Do you have a plan for that? Do you have an idea how much money you're going to spend when you do this? If you don't, guess what? If you spend money like it grows on trees, you just failed. Do you need studio space? Do you need props? How will you pay for it? Will the places you want to shoot in let you shoot there? And if they will they charge you? Or how much will they charge you? How are you going to pay for that? Where are you going to want to be within a year? Are you going to want to improve? Do you really care? You doing this for fun? You doing this to try to make money? Are you trying to make a profit? If you don't know, guess what? You may fail. And have you done your research? If you haven't, guess what? Surprise, you will get a lot of surprises. The next thing is, the reason number 3 that people fail is they think photography is easy. Let me see, I just bought a camera, be it the bottom of the line, Nikon, Canon, Sony, whatever, and now I'm instantly going to go out and shoot weddings. I'm going to shoot portraits. You forgot one thing. You don't know what you're doing, okay? It takes hard work, education, learning, and actually doing the process to get to what you need to be. Photography is not easy. It takes a lot of work and a lot of knowledge to be good at it. If you put out junk, guess what? Junk comes and finds you. People think that operating the cameras and anything they will produce will be wanted and valuable. Not the case. You can even put out the best stuff in the world and people will not want to see it. You can put out the best stuff in the world, and unless you hit the right people and the right people see your work, guess what? You failed. Nobody will see it. Nobody will care. It'll sit on your computer or get deleted eventually, and you'll get very discouraged. So a big part of this is making sure that you are have the right connections, doing the right thing, and seeing the right people. Are you able to use photo processing software? Lightroom, Photoshop, any of that kind of stuff? Or do you have somebody that will do it for you? If you haven't thought of that and you don't know how to do it, guess what? You got to learn. If you don't, you fail. That's simple as that. Do you completely understand the photographic shoot? Oh boy, I just messed that one up. Do you completely understand the photographic shooting environment? Okay. In the work environment where you're shooting, say a concert, do you know how to deal with lighting? Do you know how to deal with the people that are there? Do you know how to deal with other things on the stage and how to deal with that? In weddings, do you know how to deal with dark churches and places of worship? Do you know how to deal with dark halls where they have receptions and parties? When you go to a hospital to shoot newborns, do you know if they'll let you do that? You wander in there and take a picture of somebody's baby, people may look at you strange. So do you understand your work, your photographic work shooting environment? And if you don't, and you don't understand it well, guess what? You failed. Another reason you may fail with it, and this is kind of a bonus, this is number 4, maybe your work just plain sucks. It happens, okay? It happens. Some people produce bad work. The cure for that is simple: produce good work. In conclusion, you might have noticed I didn't say anything about what you're going to charge for your work, if you're going to charge at all. It's perfectly fine not to charge for photographic work. No, you don't have to be a professional, but still, be in an area where you can take and write, photograph for magazines and websites and various vlogs and things like that. You still can have something is a serious amateur. Notice this is not a gear review. I don't care what camera you shoot with. I really don't. It's not about your gear. This video has nothing to do with media passes. It has nothing to do with getting access. It has nothing to do with finding jobs. You need to know how to do that if you're going to do those genres. And in any job, any photographic job you do, you need to know how to get jobs. Hopefully, this video has made you stop and think, and that's good, because I see tons of people out there that are trying to be photographers and putting the cart before the horse and just doing stuff with no idea on what they need to do. So my goal in producing this video is to keep you from falling into photography pits. Hopefully it's food for thought. And if you like anything, you see anything in this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. We hope you do. How to fix it. This is the bonus that I was telling you about. Hard work and determination. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's true. The harder you work, the more determined you are, the more patient you are, the better things come out. Constant learning and getting better at what you do. When you improve, it helps. I'm sorry, but you just can't take a camera, go out there and snapshot like you're going to Disney World or Disneyland and have what you consider professional grade photography or even high amateur grade photography. It doesn't work that way. If you plan to sell it, it isn't going to work. Snapshots do not work. Look and act professional. Business cards, a website, a portfolio, various things like that help. The more you act professional, the more people will more easily respect you and what you do. That goes to the next line, which is treat people with respect. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't want to be disrespected. Treat them well, and things will happen. It gets easier to get along with people if they like you or have respect for you, they know you respect them. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, and this is the last on how to fix it, be prepared. Be prepared for everything. Failures, good things, bad weather, people being late, things not happen with contracts. The more you're prepared, the more you are able to handle what you do, the better off you will be. Thanks for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe to the video. Man, it helps us out a ton, and we'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.